Hey guys, this is Vinay and you're watching my show Let's Talk. As always, I have a very inspiring guest on the show. She comes from a family of hockey players. She broke the rule at a very young age. Not just making India proud, she's an inspiration to millions of youngsters. It's none other than the person who needs no introduction, Ashwini Ponnappa. Hi Ashwini, welcome to the show.
Hi Vinay, thank you so much.
Pleasure having you. You're looking great.
Thank you.
You come from a family of hockey players.
Yes.
And it was natural for you to get into sports?
Oh, well, yes. My dad's a hockey player. I have uncles who are hockey players, who are into athletics, who are cricket players.
All into sports?
Yeah. I come from a very sporty family.
Sporty family.
Yeah.
So you got that at a very young age?
Yes, but I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that I come from a sporty family.
Sure.
I think it's more with the fact that I was a really hyperactive kid, and to keep me occupied and busy, they kind of put me into sports.
And how did badminton happen?
Badminton happened as like to keep me occupied because both my parents were working.
Sure.
And since I was really hyperactive and
at a very young age you started playing?
Yeah, at a very young age. I used to play outside the house with my mom and dad.
Sure.
And I think most of us start off that way. We start off playing fun badminton, and then it started off with a summer camp. And then when I was about 8 and a half, I started going for coaching classes. It so happened that right next to my dad's bank where he was working, there was a single badminton court there with a coach. So it was easy. I mean, for my dad to drop me there, pick me up, mom and dad would like take turns dropping and picking me up, and it started off there.
And back then when you started playing, did you ever think that you're going to take it up as a profession?
Not at all.
No?
Not at
You're
all.
just playing for fun?
Yeah, I don't think even my parents thought about that. It was just about putting me into a sport to keep me occupied. I'm not too sure actually, but they've never said anything about, okay, yeah, we put you into badminton because we wanted you
to become. There was no pressure?
Yeah, there's no pressure.
That's a good thing. And when did you actually take it up professionally?
Well, when you start playing any sport, you always start off with the under 10 category, under 13 category. And the under 10 category was okay. I used to play singles and doubles. All of us start off as singles players.
Yeah.
And under 10 was okay. I would always be runner-up. Under 13 was when I went and won my first state championships. And that was like a huge deal because it's like being a state champion. And that's where it starts. Because it always starts with these tiny milestones. And the first one was winning the state championships. And since then it was like the nationals, and after that, it's like one, one
But then first time when you held that trophy in your hand, as a young kid, you were like under 13 as you said, what was going on in your mind? It must have given you a kick.
Yeah, I was like extremely happy because I'd never beaten, I actually beat my partner then, my then partner, her name was Nitya Sosle.
Sure.
So she was #1 champion then at the under 13 category. And I beat her there at KBA, yeah. And it was really good because I enjoyed myself. Because up until then, every match that I played, I never really enjoyed myself. It was always like, I was really scared.
The pressure to win.
Yeah. But that's when I mean, under 13 was when there was like a change in my approach towards the game. I was taught to enjoy myself. And that was like the first matches I really enjoyed myself, and I had a blast and I moved really well. So it was really wonderful.
And when did it come into your head to say that, I have to move up my ladder, I have to go up to nationals and internationals? Was it flow through process? It just happened?
It's just like step by step, because you never jump into the nationals without actually winning the state championships.
Absolutely.
So once you win the state championships and then you get onto the state team, which is a huge deal again because you're going to be representing your state and you're going for the national tournament and you have so many players coming, and it was a really proud moment to like be a part of the state team. And it still is, like when you look back, it's like that's the first step, and that's what motivates you to go higher and higher. So it was like the state championships and then winning the nationals, and then after that your aim is to like get a part of the national team, the Indian team. So
wow, that must have been really a pleasure.
It was.
And do you miss the normalcy of life? You must have been traveling and missing schools and college and all of that.
Well, I think I had like the best of both worlds growing up, because I was never made to sit at home and just focus on the game and not go to school. I was training at the Prakash Padukone Academy when I was younger, and all the kids were told to go to school, the Bangaloreans, so all of us managed going to school as well as our badminton career. And I think it was really good, and it really helped all of us because, I mean, you could train and as well as study, and plus our schools were really understanding. My school was really understanding,
Yeah.
and the principals were really good, and my teachers were really good. So it helped me like get a balance of both. I think towards the end, when people start getting more serious with their studies, like 8th standard, 9th standard,
Yeah.
I started like inclining more towards badminton, and my
But
parents
you were a
encouraged
good
me as well.
above average school student also.
I wasn't above average, I was just about average.
Average?
So I was always more inclined towards sports.
But no parental pressure on academics.
Not at all, not at all. I was like really lucky that way. They were just like, get done with your exams, Ashwini, pass, and that's enough. And then in the 10th standard, it's like when everyone is
State board.
studying
Yeah.
and everyone's got so much pressure to do really well. And that was when I hardly attended school. So my teachers seemed to be fine with it, my parents seemed to be fine with it,
What
and I'm
more
like,
can you ask for?
come on, I need to pass. You guys are so confident that I'm going to pass. And it was like amazing because I didn't believe it myself. I was really scared because I was hardly in school, and then I had my prelims, and around the same time we had the senior nationals in Bangalore. So I was playing the senior nationals as well as doing my
Doing the
prelims.
board
I didn't
exams.
have the, no, prelims.
Prelims,
So, yeah,
okay.
so we have prelims before the board exams. And I didn't have any pressure from my parents to like go and do really well. And I did really badly at my prelims. And then I go to collect my report card, and I thought my teachers would tell my parents, I think it's better she doesn't like go and write her exams.
Yeah.
But she smiled and she seemed really, she's like, okay, don't worry, Ashwini, you'll do really well. And I was shocked. I was
That's
really
encouragement.
upset. I was like, how can she say that? I have done really badly in my prelims, and she seems so confident that I'm going to do well at my boards. But I think my boards was the first time that I actually did well in studies because I was kind of scared, and I put in the effort and juggled everything. And after that, I actually want to do well in studies as well. At least a little better than what I've been doing. So
But you've been a multitasker since then.
kind of. I think most of us are.
Yeah.
Being
yeah.
a sports person, I think you're really good at juggling things, managing your studies as well
Yeah.
as your sports, and you learn that at a really young age because you're managing both, and I think it toughens you up.
But you know, the point that you brought up, I've been, I've heard a lot of times that parents nowadays are so much into pressure. So they want their kids to go to dance, they want them to go to sports, they want their kids to do good in everything.
Yeah.
But I think your parents are a true example, and this is to all the people who are watching this. It's the encouragement and the support system that you get makes you to go up higher and higher. So in your journey when you started off, apart from your parents, who were your support system?
I think also my teachers. My teachers played a huge role because, I mean, without the support from your school and your principal, it's
Yeah.
very difficult because I see so many kids struggling. My peers struggled because they didn't get permission to go out for tournaments. They had the pressure of like attending whole day school. For me, I had permission to get back, leave I think at around 2:30 when school actually ended at around 3:30. So get that 1 hour
1 hour
extra to go and
extra.
train. So I think it's important that it's like a teamwork between the school you put your kid
Yeah.
into as well as your support, as in the parent support.
Yeah.
And my friends played a huge role because since I hardly attended school, they helped
They
me
helped
with
you
my
all the
notes
notes.
and keeping me in touch with what's happening in school.
But all this good pressure, I mean, good support system and parents in school make you feel somewhere that I got to make this totally worth it. Did you ever
Never.
think?
Not at all.
Not at all. No pressure in
No.
your head at all.
No, I think I had a lot of self pressure.
Sure.
So I put a lot of pressure on myself.
You're too
'cause
hard
I
on yourself.
Yeah, because I expected a lot.
Okay.
And I think my coaches expected a lot from me, especially in singles. So singles was always an event where I had a lot of pressure to do really well, whereas doubles was a fun event for me where no one expected anything. I'd go and have a blast and play really well. And singles, every time I enjoyed myself, I'd play really well. But the minute I'd get like, okay, I have to beat this particular player, or everyone's expecting me to beat
Yeah.
her, then it's like really difficult to go on court and play, and I just mess it up and be really upset. So yeah, I think self-pressure, and also coaches always want the best for you, and they know what your capacity is and
They mold
how
you
good
into
you
it.
are. So when you don't live up to that expectation, then it kinda is tough.
And how do you take failures in your stride?
I get upset.
You
I
get-
cry a
how
lot.
You cry?
Yeah, I'm a crier. So if I
Even now?
lose, yeah, even now, I get really upset. But I'm better now. So it's like a lot of crying, and then my mom and dad will be like, "It's okay, Ashwini. It's okay. You have another tournament." And now I have my partner here, is Jwala, who'll tell me, "It's okay, Ashwini. Don't worry. We have another tournament to go." But I think it's that you put in that effort to go and do really well. If you've done a good job on court, like given your 100%,
Yeah.
and then you come out losing, then you're still okay with it because you've given your best. And then it could have gone either which way.
So you'll get to know that whether
Yeah,
you've given your best.
Of course you
yeah,
would. And
yeah.
then you think that, okay, you could have done better. and you didn't, that's upsetting because you work so hard and then you go there and then you're like, okay, I didn't really give in my best, and then that doesn't feel too good, so that upsets me sometimes.
What happens in your head when you go onto the ground, into the court?
To give my best, to enjoy myself, which is the most important thing. And enjoy myself, I think a lot of people get confused by enjoyment. It's like go there, have fun and laugh, and that's not what enjoyment is. I think enjoyment is like enjoying the entire journey, going on court from the very beginning, being happy to be on court, being happy to play the stroke, being happy with the fact that you're doing what you love doing. I think that's really important. And when that happens, then everything just flows because you're in that flow and everything just moves really smoothly, and then you're happy because you're like, you're happy that
it falls in place.
Yeah, like then you're not too worried. You're like, okay, yeah, that was a good game. No matter what, you did your best, you enjoyed it, so that's good.
And in between the match, when you're like, maybe I'm not in the game, maybe I'm going to lose it, what do you tell yourself?
I played doubles, so I do have a partner who's also supporting me. But it's tough because I do tend to get into this nutshell when I make mistakes because I'm very hard on myself. So it's like I make a mistake and I act like it's the end of the world. So that's something that I'm like trying to control, and I do. Most of the time I don't get upset, but in case I'm low on energy, then it kind of gets to me. And then my partner would be like, it's okay, Ashwini, or my coaches would be like, focus on one point at a time, just think about the next point and don't dwell on the mistake. So that's something that I think all of us as sports persons have to do. I mean, mistakes are a part of the sport, and you just have to like get over it as soon as possible and focus on the next point.
Success coming to you at a very, very young age. People say that handling success is more difficult than failures. Did it get into your head?
Not quite at all.
No?
I don't think it got into my head as such, except when we won the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, that was a proud
So when we
moment.
won, I went back to the room and I was like, okay, yeah, we won. It felt like we'd won a national tournament. It was big, yes, it was big, but I didn't know how big it was. But the next day was crazy because we had to go to like so many studios and do so many
Press
interviews,
meets.
and that was like a shocker for me because I had not expected that. I was just really happy. Oh, we won, go back home, celebrate with family, friends, and
The whole India was celebrating.
Yeah, like really happy moment, and out of the blue, like the next minute, everything had just kind of changed because everyone knows who you are.
Life's changed completely.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that process as well?
It was a little tiring, to be honest,
Was
because
it?
I wasn't too well during the Commonwealth Games, so I was just about recovering, and I thought, okay, now I can relax. But it got really crazy because we had to go to a lot of places. But it was interesting because it was the first time I was doing something like that. So
A proud moment.
I mean, yeah, I was really proud. I mean, I was really proud. It was really nice. The atmosphere was nice. The environment was nice where we won. Everything was good. And also I got to see a lot of things, so it was really nice.
And representing India, first people recognize you as an Indian when you go outside India, and then you play for yourself, I'm sure. But how does it feel like representing a country where you're born? It's a lot of people don't get that opportunity to do that. And when you go out as an Indian, how proud you feel?
Very proud, extremely proud. Because the first time I got onto the Indian team was when I was about 17.
17, 18, right?
Yeah, for the under 19 ABC.
Yeah.
And then you go out there and you're like, okay, you don't know anything. I didn't know anything then. So we went for the tournament and I thought Indians were like the best. So we guys go there and we guys are
can
really
easily
good
win.
players. And yeah, then you go there and you're like, wow, there are other players as well who are good. But then I think one of the nice things was when the first time I got onto the team, I felt like Indians were really strong and it felt so good to go and represent the country, and the idea of winning a medal for your country was like really strong in me. And even though we lost, I still felt like, okay, yeah, we guys are really good.
Yeah.
I mean, Indians are really good and we can do it. So I think that was something that carried forward even like as I got into the women's section. So I was really lucky that I found a partner who thought like me.
Yeah.
So
Same wavelength.
Yeah, I mean, it's really important because since I play doubles, it's really important,
Very
that
important, yeah.
as partners, Jwala and I think alike. And the fact that both of us believe in ourselves and both of us believe that we can do really well is something that got us together closer and helped our combination,
And talking about doubles, talking about partnership, right? You also very briefly partnered with a Russian player.
Yes, I did.
How was that experience?
It was a good experience. It was a great learning experience for me. It's not as easy. I mean, two good players don't necessarily mean that okay, are you going to click and you're going to work?
Yeah.
Just because he's got a massive smash and I'm pretty good with my smashes, and I thought it's going to be pretty easy. Firstly, mixed doubles is pretty tough because it's different. The girls' role in mixed doubles is very different. And when Jwala and I play together, I more or less play like the guys' role where I'm at the back of the court. And in mixed doubles, it's the other way around. I had to be in front. So it was a little difficult. And plus, I had like a really strong partner who could cover and move a lot. And I'm a mover as well. So it was confusing, but it was fun and a great learning experience.
And happy to be back with Jwala.
Yes.
So tell us more about Jwala.
Jwala is a great person. She's a great personality. She's someone who is really confident and really bold and who's fearless, actually.
She's ballsy, right?
Yeah, she just has no fear. And it's really nice. And the good thing is that she's someone who believes in herself, who wants to do really well, and who thinks that despite what happens, come what may, she can do it. And that's something that I really love about her. I think it's great that, I mean, she's got that kind of confidence no matter what. It could be anyone trying to get into her way and stop her, but she's someone who'll just hold her head up high and be like, it's okay, no one's going to stop me, I'm going to go and do it, you know.
That's the confidence.
Yeah.
Sports is a game where a lot of people compete against each other, and competition is something that people usually take it in a very, very hard way, a cutthroat competition, that they say. You guys as a team, what do you guys tell each other to actually be the best of the lot? Jwala and you, what is that pep talk that you guys tell each other?
It's very simple, actually. Just take it one match at a time, 1 point at a time. So our focus is there in the now, and you're not thinking too far ahead. You're not thinking about the lost points, but you're just there, and that's what will help you to get to the end of the match and win the match. It's always like 1 point at a time, one match at a time, and then you go after that. Once you're done with that, then you think about the next match. So yeah.
Ashwini, talking about support from organizations, support from the Ministry of Sports, especially for badminton, how has it changed over the last couple of years?
I think it's changed a lot since 2010, since the Commonwealth Games, which was held in Delhi, because we had a lot of funding for all the sports, almost all the sports. And I think as a team, India delivered with the funding.
And in the home ground.
Yeah, so I think after that we've had a lot of support. All the sports that have done really well, there has been a lot of government support, which is also helping the sports to grow. So it's good, because I think for a sport, any sport for that matter, for you to improve and to get the game up, you need a lot of support. And I think the Ministry of Sports is doing a great job.
And in terms of brands coming and investing money, funding projects, has it gotten better now for badminton? Because India is a country where it celebrates cricket much.
Well, I think sports in general is getting better.
Yeah.
Because India has got this huge scope for doing really well in sports. It's like it hasn't been tapped yet. It's just always been cricket, and cricket is doing really well, and cricket is like a sport which is kind of like a career, and you can take it up as a career. But not all sports are something that you can take up as a career. And I think slowly things are changing with funding and with security, which helps you to like look at sports as a career. And I think we have a long way to go, but it's already started. Especially
when India is going to be not one of the youngest country by 2020 in the world. As you said, it's got a great potential to produce people. So you've been to many countries, you've played with many races. So which country do you think is the one that supports, speaking about badminton, where you feel that this country it produces great badminton players?
I think the Asian countries are really
generally
good. Yeah, in general, all of them. Korea, Japan, China, Indonesia. These 4 countries are really good. And in doubles, I think they're really good as well. They have like not less than 4 pairs doing really well in the international circuit. And they've got like so many seniors to look up to and so many icons to look up to. So I think the Asian countries are really good.
Talking about icons, recently Prakash Padukone's academy has taken you and Jwala in terms of your health and giving you great support for the tournament. That's a great support to have while you're concentrating on the game, right?
Most definitely, yes, because I mean that's the kind of support we need, where all you have to do is just focus on your game, and you don't have to worry about your injuries, and you don't have anything to worry about.
What does OGQ do generally?
So OGQ basically helps you out with all aspects of your game to help you to like get the best from your help you to do your best actually in general, in all aspects. It could be either taking care of your physical fitness, your mental fitness, your diet, anything, so that all you have to do at the end of the day is just focus on the game and not have anything else to worry about. And I think that's the most important thing, because if you have a lot of things to worry about as well as juggle sports,
Yeah.
it gets really difficult and very stressful. So it's really good that we've got OGQ supporting us now during the run up to the Olympics, because
Yeah.
now we can just sit back, relax, and focus on the game and just focus on doing really well and not worry about anything else.
You know, as a person outside the sports field, and you guys have to go and play come what may, whether you're in good health or not. Has it been an incident where you've gone to the court where you're not well, and you know, I'm sure it happens a lot of
Yeah, it
times.
has. Yeah.
How do you, when is it going to be too bothering for you on the court?
It is. I mean, like in the past, I could actually bear pain and play and just forget about it, get onto the court, and then I don't really think about the pain or aches and pains, or even if I have a cold, it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah.
But I feel like off late, if I have a niggling ache and pain, then it still bothers me once I get onto the court. So it is difficult now than it was when I was a little younger. But I think it's time that I start taking better care of my body, and that's one of the aspects which OGQ is helping me out with. So, yeah.
Mental health is something that is extremely important, having that balance and
Yes.
calmness and composed nature. So what do you do for that?
My mum.
What
My
does she
mum
do?
helps me out. So anything I have, any problem I have, and then I go to mum and I'm like, Ma, this is what's troubling me, that's what's happening. And my mum does a lot of research and goes online. She's very internet savvy. So she goes online and she'll be like, okay, Ashwini, do this, do that. Try doing yoga, try doing this, whatever.
do all
helps
of
me
that?
to- No, I don't do yoga. I need to start doing yoga, I think. I do, but I do other things that help me out. Like I like reading a lot of books. I like reading a lot of inspirational stuff. So whatever helps me. I like talking to my mum, and she kind of like calms me
She's a
down.
therapist.
Yeah, she is.
All young people watching this, looking up to you. Let's say first talk about the young women seeing this, who wants to take up sports as a career. What advice would you want to give them?
I think it's really important that firstly you go and do something that you love doing. So if you're doing what you love doing, then you're going to be able to give your 100% and enjoy it. I mean, once you put your mind up to something, you can do anything you want. So
And to the families where they are a little hesitant in terms of their daughters going and taking up sports as a profession, what would you like to tell them?
I think it's important that you let your child enjoy herself and give it a shot. You can always, like in India especially, you can always juggle both.
Yeah.
And so you have this, you can try either excelling in sports or studies, and you get to a juncture where you can decide. So
Yeah.
until then, give it a shot. If things don't work out, you can always switch to studies.
Yeah.
And if it is, then you can take up sports. So there's no harm in trying.
Absolutely. Talking about health, mental health and stuff, this season, the Bangalore season, we are spreading awareness on cancer. So people look up to you. What do you want to tell people seeing this?
Well, I think it's really important to take care of your body. Make sure that you get your regular checkups done. Make sure that you're careful, you're cautious, and you respect your body, and you know things and you're aware of things. And basically look after your body really well. Be good to your body. Make sure you're eating right, taking care of your body right, and yeah, go to the doctor regularly and be aware.
Absolutely. Listen to your body is what Ashwini says. We'll be right back. In conversation with Ashwini Ponnappa. Ashwini, this segment, some quick questions, I call them as quickie ones. So, one advice from someone that which has changed your life.
I think it was the advice I got when I was about 11 from Aslesh, who's a friend of mine, really good friend, who helped me out, and he helped me to understand that I can enjoy playing badminton. So it's because of him that I really love the sport, and I realized that I really love the sport, and it's something that I really want to do well in.
One thing that you do or say before going to the court every time.
No ritual as such. I just want to like think about giving my best and moving on court and getting to every shuttle.
One favorite badminton player of all time.
A favorite badminton player? There are so many players. I love them all. Because, I mean, you can learn so much from every single one.
Yeah.
So I have a list of players that I look up to.
One favorite sports person of all times.
I like Roger Federer. I think Roger Federer is awesome.
One alternate career that you would have chosen if not badminton.
Probably a vet.
Really?
Yeah, I've always wanted to be a vet growing up, but
Okay.
I wasn't all
You love
that good at
animals?
studies. Yeah, I love animals. I love animals.
Do you have pets at home?
Not currently, but in Coog, yeah. We have 4 dogs in Coog.
One biggest regret of your life?
Regret? Not quite, I think. Everything happens for a reason, and you learn from it, so yeah.
One thing that gives Ashwini a kick?
I don't know what gives me a kick.
A good match?
A good match, yes, of course. Of course.
Apart
A
from
good
that,
tournament.
A good tournament?
Yeah, the entire journey should be good then, yeah.
One thing that you're crazy about apart from badminton?
Love animals, and I love desserts.
You love desserts. And look at you.
I love dessert, yeah.
One word or a message to the following people. Mr. Prakash Padukone.
He's classy and elegant.
Look at him. I mean, when you look at him, you
Yeah,
just go off.
he's like a really amazing person. He's a legend.
Jwala,
Jwala is bold, confident, gutsy.
Saina,
She's a fighter, strong.
Chetan Anand,
He's extremely talented,
Aparna Popar.
very hardworking.
When you started off playing this game, when you did your state, when you moved into nationals and international, when you started, you would have thought to yourself that you want to do something. Now looking back, have you achieved all that you thought of?
I did. I mean, like initially, as I said, it always started off with winning the state championships and then winning a national championship. And then after that, once I got into the senior Indian team and I started playing with Jwala, it was in 2009. And then my aim was to win the Commonwealth Games, win a gold at the Commonwealth Games, and do well at the World Championships, and make sure that our ranking got to 13. And I kind of achieved all that. So it felt really good because I'd written all of them down. And then I
Is there
found the book sometime later, and then I was like, whoa, I
Wow.
actually achieved all this. So it
You
felt
have
really good.
checked all the stuff in the
So
list.
after that, again, you get another set
A
of
new set
goals.
of
and
goals.
yeah.
So what's there for 2016 in store for Ashwini?
Well, the most important thing is qualifying for the
Yeah.
Olympics because we have another couple of months to go.
Yeah.
The qualifying period ends in April. So once we have secured a spot at the Olympics, then we'll be working really hard to do really well at the Olympics and win a medal.
I'm very sure you guys are going to make India proud.
Thank you.
Keep making us proud, and thank you for coming on the show. Lovely
Thank
having
you.
you.
My pleasure, Vinay. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you. Before you go, a little goodie from our gifting partners, P.N. Rao and DC Designs, probably for your father and brother.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks. Looks pretty awesome.
A quick selfie to commemorate the interview. Come.
If you like this video, subscribe for the channel Let's Talk with Vinay. I'm Ashwini Ponnappa. But not all sports are something that you can take up as a career. And I think slowly things are changing with funding and with security, which helps you to like look at sports as a career. And I think we have a long way to go, but it's already started.